Hi guys, if it's Friday, it's Down and Dirty Woodscraft. Stay with me. Okay, today guys, we're going to do a little bit of how to get your own idea, okay? As you've seen in many of my videos, I've showed this old Boy Scout mess kit I got years ago that was steel. This is the 1940s version of it. And I recently got another one. And this one is actually a little older, but this is the aluminum version. It's exactly the same set, but that's what they were, aluminum. Now what had happened was it comes in a pouch. Prior to World War II, definitely in the 1930s, they were making this design in aluminum. But then the war hit and aluminum was precious. So they didn't have that much of it they could spare for something like this. So that's when, in the 1940, World War II, they went to making the steel one. Same thing, but it's made out of steel that's been tin plated on top of mild steel. Okay. Now the weight difference is hugely different between these. And without getting out an actual scale and weighing it out and telling you that it's exactly so many ounces, what I can tell you in plain English is this. This feels like, say, a Coke can. You know, a regular soda can full. That's the weight of that. This feels like a 3-liter full. That's the radical difference in weight. This feels like a fully loaded 3-liter. That much weight versus this. And each one has an advantage and a strength. And I'm going to do a future video where I'm going to be talking about skillets and how the material that the skillet is made out of and how it's created affects how well it cooks. And we'll talk about that in depth. But for right now, for this video, I've had quite a few people say, Blackie, I've seen those, but how can I tell the difference between the aluminum and the steel one? Because they look alike. Okay, as you can tell, other than this coloration, this one, the previous owner shined it up. As you can see, the bottom of it used to be discolored from being used, but he went and shined this up to get rid of the tarnish look on it. This one has got the tarnish, and as you can see, that skillet has been seasoned now. So other than that, how can you tell the difference? Let me show you. The handle on top. In the 1950s, they took this handle, and right here in the middle, there's a bulge that they impressed in. Also on this one, there's writing that says, after using clean, thoroughly dry oil to prevent rust. Okay? Now this is the aluminum, but that's still a steel handle. Okay? The rest of this is aluminum, but that's a steel handle. The entire one of this is identical, okay? But whenever you open it up and you look at it, okay, here's how to tell when you're looking at them on eBay. See here in the back of the pan underneath the handle, it's smooth. See in that one, it's got rivets. That's because this being aluminum and this being a piece of steel, that's riveted together. This one is actually spot welded right there. They put it up on a thing and just tack tack, and there's like 3 or 4 little bitty spots right there, so it's tack welded or sweated on there. Okay? That's how you tell them apart when you're looking at the picture. No matter how shiny they are, the aluminum is always going to have those dots. And when I bought this one off of eBay to do the comparison I'm talking about, because I really like this design, and this has become one of my all-time favorite combo sets, because I've got a small cool handled steel skillet that's exactly the same size as this. Exactly the same. It's just got a solid handle on it. And that was always my favorite carry along, fry bacon, fry eggs, fry whatever. For just me, it was perfect. And so, but this with that folding handle, it does just as good once it's seasoned. As you can see, I've learned how to season it. But one of the things about this was the previous owner, and I got it from an old scout who was in his, I believe he was in his 80s, and his great-grandson, excuse me, had got into Cub Scouts, and they were looking around YouTube and they found my channel. And after he'd watched my videos a while, and I had done many years ago a video on messkits and talked about it, and he said, you need to try this steel one. So he sent it to me as a gift. So that's where this come from. But he included in it another plate. Now what this is remember I said that's just welded. Obviously at some point you can see the discoloration right there in it. That was another skillet that got hot, and whatever that joint, however it was welded or sweated or whatever, gave it up. Somebody probably stuck that in the fire and forgot about it, and she got too hot and the handle fell off. Okay, but he figured out it made a perfect plate to add to the bottom of it. So now I've got an extra piece in my kit. I've got another plate. This can also be used as a Dutch oven a little easier because the two top and bottom are exactly the same size, and they line up well like you see right there to use it as a Dutch oven. Okay. The soup pots are the same exact size. They're 1 quart. There's no difference there. Okay. If you'll notice the lids on the later versions, like it has that bulge in the handle, this is actually a puckered up piece that the lid clicks down into like that. But these are actually a sweated on tab. And so that tells you it's 30s or 40s, okay, depending. And then finally, the cup. The cup on the steel one, the handle is actually tack welded. The handle on the aluminum one is got a gap. It's freestanding. Okay, 2 little rivets, and that is flush, no rivets. It's tack welded. So the steel version has the welded joints, and the aluminum one, looking at it, has rivets. That's how you tell the difference. The style hung around in Boy Scouts to this day, and they've only cheapened it and got it lighter and lighter and lighter as they went along. But it's actually a really good set, and that's the reason I've carried it. And you've seen it in so many of my videos and cooking videos and stuff, because quite often it's just me and we're going out for 2 or 3 days, and I need a little pot for something, I want to fry something, I need a mixing bowl for something, I got a plate, you know. And so that's my preferred set, as long as I'm not carrying it on my back. And I will do it for short distance, but it's still one of the best sets for having an all-in-one for one person right there. It handles my needs. And so, to all of you that have asked, Blackie, how can I tell the difference? I'm looking at it on eBay, and is that one aluminum or is it steel or what is it? Because I want a steel one. That's the thing. Remember to look inside the pan, and if it's steel, there are no rivets showing inside the pan. That's the difference. Hope this helps you guys. Please leave any comments below, and as always, thank you very much for supporting my channel. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.